All right, so let's turn the corner a little bit. Advice to the next generation, and obviously you're in a generation, and there's 1 and 2 before you, and there's a number coming after you. What would you pass on, and just simply say, hey, make sure, pick up on this, don't forget that, respond to this? What would you say?
How do we tell the next generation to not learn the lessons the way we learnt them? Look, I think the first thing I would say is if you need mentoring or coaching, go and ask for it. Most of the time people will say yes. Sometimes that doesn't need to be formalised, but sometimes it does. But if you go to someone who you respect, who's a level above you and more experienced and is a lot of what you want to attain to, go and ask them and say, can we have coffee? Can we have breakfast once a month? Things like that. I would say, ask for those examples and go for those experiences. I would say work hard and play hard. Go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think don't sit there waiting for it to come to you. It doesn't.
Proactivity's coming through there.
Well,
get on the front foot.
Absolutely.
And
It's another cliche, but it's busy people who get asked to do things. You don't go and look for someone who's twiddling their fingers and ask them to do a job. It's the people who are already motivated that have to prioritise. What I would say, add education, informal and formal, into that. I mean, I'm in that game now, but I haven't been for 20 years. But in that process of full-time work, I've done 4 degrees on the way through. I have always worked full-time, and I've done the study on the side.
I did the same.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the same model for me too.
But gear up formally. If something happens, as well as the formal things you learn and the qualifications, you're just around smart people. You meet other people of common interests who enrol in the same kind of courses, and your network expands. You learn horizontally as well as vertically from an information and an experience point of view. So
that's very
formal
good.
education as well as the informal education talked about, like reading biographies, business books, management books, all sorts of things. I also read in the areas of biological sciences and physics, and because that's the cusp of learning. That's where human society is really on the forefront and learning, and so chaos theory and things like that. There are principles there through writers like Meg Wheatley would probably be the most well known, where we can learn a whole lot of things and apply them to our business and our organisations.
So proactivity, blending formal and informal education, the community and the networks that you're part of as well, that you both have contributed to those, and they stretch you, and also just sort of having a really good sense of what's going on in the world and responding to it as well.
And one more thing I've learned through trial and error, but it's a balanced life.
Yeah.
Really important to sleep well, enjoy life, as I said, work hard and play hard. But go to the gym, go for a walk, get a dog if you don't walk, do whatever you need to do. It's important to have a healthy diet and life, and that otherwise it catches up with us.
It does, doesn't it? Fantastic. Well, that's so helpful. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate Andrew, and just appreciate your company today on this episode of Leader Shift, and we'll see you next time. I'm Rowan Dredge.